Hello, Sprouts. I'm gonna do something, well, more in the spirit of yappening, like what the original spirit that I originally meant, not just treating it like an announcement thing, not just trying to see if I am possible for me to be a drama tuber. Spoilers, I don't have it. I don't have it in me to do stuff like that. But I wanted to at least return to the original spirit, which is just me yapping about nerdy stuff, or even just happenings in the world, like not even in a drama sense, just putting my concerns and my voice out there. Originally, that was what the original spirit of Yappenings. So let's go back to that. I definitely feel like I've strayed in a few different areas here on YouTube, so why don't we actually try to go back to that? And today I want to actually nerd out about one of my favorite anime growing up, and that would be Yu-Gi-Oh! For those of you who have caught my streams, you know this. For those of you who haven't caught my streams, well, now you're knowing about it. But it's been a weird, like, how do I want to say? I've had a strange hyperfixation on it lately, and too much to the annoyance of a couple of other people I know, unfortunately. But it's something I've treasured growing up. It's something I've liked growing up. So I ended up revisiting it by rewatching the anime in subs, because apparently I never got to. More specifically, it's a matter of availability more so than just not wanting to. I want to just nerd out about this because for me it feels like a rediscovery, because I know the 4Kids dubbed and censored a lot of stuff in the dubbed. I didn't realize how bad it actually was. Like, I knew it was bad, but when we're watching the sub, it was bad. It was bad. Whole plot points got erased. And I just kind of want to yap about that. Because obviously we all know about the finger guns. We all know about the harpy lady booba. Come on, we of course we do. But you really don't know how much was actually taken away. And for seemingly no reason. Or even the dumbest reason. Like, one of the biggest things that really bothered me, and by the way, spoilers, so as much as I want to get into this, I do have to give you a spoiler warning. If you haven't seen it, or you plans to see it, just go watch it. Just stop watching my video, go watch it. Otherwise, I mean, just keep watching me. Do you, man. I just don't want to hear you complaining about spoilers in the comments. You've been warned. But yes, one of the things that really caught me off guard the most and kind of compelled me to want to make this video in the first place was the Cecilia? She had a slightly different name in Japanese, and I forget, and I've already forgotten. The Cecilia Ply, which would be Pegasus's lover / wife, I guess, depending on which version of the anime you watch. In the dub, they try to say that he's trying to bring her back to life using Kaiba tech, but they don't really explain how in the dub. Just that Kaiba technology is good enough to perform necromancy, apparently. And I guess if you go back to season 0, technically there was an episode where they highlight that he basically been keeping one of his, I guess, game masters alive artificially for a while, and so it's technically possible to keep people alive after death, but there's strings attached, and it's pretty surprising how quickly that program got dropped after Kaiba decided that he didn't need that poor guy anymore, because holy. But in the sub, the most important thing about that plot got censored because most likely because 4Kids wanted to avoid the concept of death. It's like, you're directly tackling a plot about death. How are you gonna dance around this? We'll just get rid of the primary plot point, the part that actually makes sense. I'm like, oh my god, no! So the part that they censored was the fact that Cecilia had her own soul card. They censored that. Why? That made a lot more sense. Because it's like, oh, so Kaiba Corp's technology is just capable of performing necromancy. No, apparently he wanted to bring back his lover to the best of his abilities with the technology at the time, which was hologram simulation tech, which winds up making a lot more sense at the end of the day. He was trying to bring her back in a way where he could at least spend time with her, even if she was, I guess, digital simulated. I'm not sure how that would work. I feel like that's a Ghost in the Machine kind of plot point, but it sure as hell makes a lot more sense than just, oh yeah, Kaiba can just raise the dead now. Also, I remembered an absolute inconsistency about this, actually, because you literally start this series after, like, it's basically episode 2. You started off by seeing a soul card in the first place because that's what Kaiba used to take his grandfather. And then you see it used again on Mokuba and then later Kaiba himself. So, you have 3 soul cards for these characters, but you're hiding the Cecilia one? Actually, now that I think about it, is this the feminist shit all over again? I'm starting to think that's what's happening. Oh my god, this shit's been going on for way too long. Holy... The whole... And before people get confused, like, why are you suddenly throwing feminists on the bus? Like, no. This has been a common point for a while with a lot of feminist stuff and people who are feminists who work on the medium, where they get really weird about showing harm to women for some reason. Like, even if they're the absolute most vile pieces of shit in media, they will avoid showing any sort of harm to that woman for whatever reason. I don't know why that's the case, but this is starting to feel like that. This is the case. But the thing is, you don't even meet Cecilia. You only get, like, brief flashbacks of her. Very brief. You know nothing about her. You just know of her. So, it just... Why not just show that he cared? Like, by eliminating the soul card, you're basically eliminating the fact that Pegasus actually gave a shit about this woman. But by eliminating that, it's like, he has 3 soul cards for these dumbasses that he wants out of the way, but he doesn't have a soul card for this bitch? Okay. Now, originally, I will be honest, this is where my dumb little Western brain comes in, because I didn't know about the soul card originally. I thought that the reason why he didn't have the soul card is because he didn't have the Millennium item right away. I didn't realize he could just bring her soul back and then just seal her soul. I didn't realize that was a thing he could do. So that caught me off guard when I realized, oh, he can and did do this. Western dubs are just... There's a reason why people love the Japanese more. And I wish Japanese companies would chill the fuck out on censoring it from the West, because because shit like this is what we have to deal with, and and as much as you call us uncultured, this is why we're uncultured. One of the other things that I found very interesting that they chose to change, and this is less of a censorship issue and more of a localizer issue, and we all know the kind of game localizers play nowadays, but in this case this felt harmless but also unnecessary. When Kaiba reaches Duelist Kingdom for the first time, he's confronted directly with Yugioh, right? Now, in the dub, he's immediately an asshole, except for the initial, hey, thanks for saving my deck, because his deck got stolen. But after that, he just proceeds to be an asshole. But in the sub, he is actually not that much of an asshole until Joey starts provoking him. In fact, he's actually very much standing on business, because he's at the island for a reason, obviously. He's there for his brother. And he makes that known. He's like, yeah, I know, I know you want to, like, because apparently Yugi wanted to try dueling him again. But he just straight up says, yeah, I understand, but I got priorities, bro. I gotta go to my brother. It essentially amounts to that, right up until, of course, Joey starts provoking him, and then he starts to trash talk Joey on that one. So that was an interesting difference. And speaking of localized changes, there was another point where, involving Kaiba, of course, where he's dueling Yugi at the castle itself. This is the rematch, right? One of the, like, I don't remember some of the things that were said in the dub, but revisiting that duel and the bullshit with the Karibos, I was treated to one of the saltiest conversations you could expect in a game like that. Kaiba was just constantly getting angry and angrier right before he decides, of course, to twist the duel in his favor, let's call it. Just seeing him get angry and angry, constantly referring to the Karibo as trash monster, is probably one of the most beautifully salty things I've ever, most relatable things I've seen in an anime. Oh my gosh, I feel like I messed up by not watching the sub first. Also, there was one other little plot point that I actually had to remember last minute. So specifically in the scene where Kaiba is hacking into the Industrial Illusions mainframe. In the sub, it actually is hacking. And it's, for whatever reason, they chose some of the strangest sound effects to make this work, to fill in the gaps, to make it look like, oh yeah, you're actually hacking and it takes time. In the dub, they decided, you know what would be a great plot point for this anime? If we turn Kaiba into a terrorist, let's just have the whole satellite come down onto it. Fucking down. What were they smoking? What were these translators smoking? What the actual fuck? Honestly, if you really want to rewatch the sub, I do recommend that you just go revisit it. There's so many changes that, not just from the localizers, but just from the handful of cuts that happen, the censoring, and again, not just about the finger guns, those were just kind of a stupid thing, but just so much that got removed. Little subtle things. And in fact, there's I actually brought up a whole point with one of the people I'm watching with on the server, where I'm like, wait a minute, this episode got split up in the dub. And a lot of it is because some of it is tackled sensitive stuff that they just decided not to include. So I think it got to a point where eventually the episodes in total got shorter, and TV people wanted ad slots to go between, like, you know, to have ad breaks for the show. And so episodes got shorter, and therefore certain things start on different episodes. And it got a little confusing. I'm like, wait a minute. Did they actually cut pieces out just to make... Because, like, more specifically, when the episode where Yugi duels Rebecca, I remember that started at the start of an episode. But for some reason, that actually starts, like, halfway through an episode in the sub. And part of that is because they combined the shoddy plot point, I think, with the going home sub. I don't remember. Maybe it was actually my memory's already failing me. I think it was actually combining the Kaiba going home, back home, and on helicopter part, and Yugi getting home. Like, they combined that because of, like, two small things. I don't remember those being in the same episode for some reason. Maybe I'm cooked. Maybe my brain is just cooked. maybe I'm the problem. But yeah, for the time being, unfortunately, this is all I really have to yap about, because I'm still rewatching it. We just got to season 2. If you guys want to join the server where we're hanging out and watching this, the link is in my link tree. You can find that in the About Me section on YouTube. You could also find it on my Twitter, which is at gaminggordie. At gaminggordie. I almost said .com. What's wrong with me? There's also a little bit more of an important thing as well that I'd like to bring up. Lately, I've been running a bit of a fundraiser for home repairs that I very badly need. One of those repairs / improvements that I'm trying to save up for is to help protect my identity as a VTuber. It's kind of come under risk due to things happening in my life, and I have a goal running on Ko-fi. Obviously, I'm not expecting to meet this goal, but every little bit that I can earn, it will help. It will help me offset costs, at least. So if you are willing and able, that would be appreciated. You don't have to give on Ko-fi exclusively. If you want to do super chats, that also makes sense too, if you feel like doing that. Or even just becoming a member on YouTube, on Patreon, subbing to me on Twitch. I mean, honestly, it's whatever you want to do. If you feel like contributing, you have your options, and it would help a lot. But obviously, if you can't afford it, you don't have to. Just subscribing, liking, commenting the video, sharing the video, all of these help as well. So definitely, please, if you were able to contribute, it would mean a lot. Thank you. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care of yourself, spouts. See you in the next one.